Welcome to the friend request, guys. I am not even going to bore you with my silly little details about anything. You guys already know who's on today. You guys are already excited. I know I am. So please enjoy today's episode with the most beautiful girly pie in the world. It is Abby Boom, baby.
Girly pie? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Did we just become best friends? Did we just become best friends?
Sorry.
We need to start talking about things that we can't include.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. I forgot there were people here. Oh, my God. There's a microphone in front of me. That's crazy.
It's so nice to have you here finally. Oh, my God.
Thank you.
It's very exciting. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. This is crazy. The fort looks incredible.
Thank you.
I want this in my room.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I also do. I really, really do. But as we were just saying, I do live with my partner, and I feel like he has some sort of say in how we decorate things, I guess.
Does he?
I know.
You should work on that.
No, I've been trying. I'm going to get professionals involved to get him to just squash that thought, you know?
Yeah, couples counselling. It's actually all about just slowly breaking down men.
Just let me win.
Yeah, that's all it is. Because we know we're right.
Exactly.
But it's just we need a professional to sit there and be like, oh, no, she's right the whole time.
I'm glad we're kicking this off with just a nice, tame, non-toxic take.
Full on misandry. We're just sitting here being like, f***ing hate
It's
men.
funny.
All right, I didn't even ask about swearing.
No, you're fine. I mean, you know YouTube rules. I think I bleep it for like the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean.
We're fine. We're so fine. This content is not made for children.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Because I was ready to break into a child song.
Oh, yeah?
but,
What you got?
Oh, I really said that with nothing backed up. I was like, the
Careful.
alphabet? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Don't make me sing, Chloe.
Go on, sing. No, that's fine. I am so excited to have you here. I don't know if you knew this. I am a pretty big fan of not reading a lot of stuff about myself on the internet, which I'm sure you're all too familiar with.
Oh, what are you talking about? I hear, because again, I am so good at not reading anything about myself on the internet. I have never read a comment or anything bad, but I do hear that I am just super well received on there.
Widely beloved.
Literally,
Yeah.
apparently I'm like one of the most loved people
I think so.
on the Australian internet scene,
I mean,
which is, you know, fantastic.
The Australian internet scene is so funny.
That's not a
The
sentence.
Australian
Not something that's ever been uttered.
YouTube.com.au, babe. She's a patriot.
This whole thing, this first like 5 minutes just getting me cancelled. By like both ends of the spectrum. It's like men will be like, fuck her, she's a misandrist. And all of the progressives will be like, oh my God, she's a patriot. It's just, I'm going to lose everyone.
It is funny how poorly received patriotism is.
Yeah. And
I get it. I get it.
There's some stuff there.
There is, yeah, for sure. Anyway,
Sorry.
moving past that.
You don't normally read stuff on the internet.
No, but my boyfriend does to a sickening degree. It's not healthy for him. He's literally deleted his Instagram now. It's not good. But
About himself or just like about you?
largely about me. I think there are just more words about me than...
We do say more words as a rule.
It's true. It's very true. But he found, because he likes to have a little dig around on Reddit and stuff.
Oh,
and-
great.
Yeah. He said that apparently some people out there thought that maybe we didn't get along because I hadn't had you on the podcast. And that broke my heart.
Yeah.
Right?
That's, man, people are wild.
People are just making
Yeah,
up
they're
stories.
like, oh, sorry. So these two women who have worked together in the past and like, you know, must be best friends and spend every second of their day, but also she didn't have her on her podcast. Couldn't be that they have, you know, busy lives.
Busy lives.
Couldn't
it's
it all be
hard
that?
to freaking get someone down in a podcast studio, okay? I just want everyone to know
Bro,
that.
literally, we've been trying to plan this for so long, and I was late today. So it's not even like I've nailed it.
No, you did. You nailed it. Late is good. I like late. It's better than early.
Oh, thank you. That is what I swear by.
It's better than early.
If someone rocks up early, especially if it's like at mine or like no, because I'm not going to be ready.
No,
And
absolutely
that's
not.
just not,
Never.
because I run late.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I feel you. And look, I do feel bad. I wish I didn't. But it's who I am.
I was about to imagine if I was just like, no, actually, everyone should wait for me. Like,
I did that joke on stage for a little while. I was like, it's not, I'm trying my best. It's just that I don't respect your time as much as mine.
That
Some
would be
people
a
liked it.
Hot take.
Some
Yeah, no,
people.
I like that joke because it's
Thank
like
you.
obviously anyone that's like, oh no, you're like, what's wrong with you? It's like, you think I would choose to be late if I could?
It's horribly anxiety inducing. It's not fun.
I spend every day of my life just being like, I hate myself for this, but I somehow cannot fix it. And if one person jumps in those comments and just goes, just like organize yourself better, I will fight you
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. Do you know how many 10-minute alarms there are?
The timers.
Oh my God. We're out here trying.
I'm trying my damnedest. I really am. And I'm getting better.
Yeah, good.
It's hard.
It's hard.
And
it's really tough.
you know what? And it's like, it's not stuff that like I can just fix. It's like my eyeliner will screw up and I'm like, okay, I can't leave it like this.
I know.
So
I
what do
know.
you want me to do about
That's
that?
exactly it. Or an outfit that you thought worked, all of a sudden it doesn't. Because maybe, I don't know, God forsake it, you're in your luteal phase and your body looks different and you feel different. And then all of a sudden you've got to find a whole new outfit and it's a whole thing.
Yeah. But no, it's definitely our fault, obviously.
Yeah, totally.
It's deliberate. I am just that petty and mean and disrespectful
and
to
not
everyone.
at all mentally ill.
Hey, super mental sane person over here. It did sound like I said mentally insane, which was not what I meant to say.
Freudian slip.
Anyway, yes. So people on the internet presume
Yeah.
that we didn't like each other.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm so glad that's been said because it is true.
No, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna die in the beautiful fort.
What a place to go.
I know, it's not bad. I want to be wrapped up in it like a soldier. I want it folded over me like a flag.
Chloe, oh my God. Remember when we started this about patriotism?
Yes.
This is your
This is
patriot
my
flag,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
As it should be. Looks a lot
agree.
better than a lot of flags out there.
Oh my God, the flags need a rebrand.
Yeah, they really do.
I
But no, to clear it up, we do like each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just
oh
have
my God.
busy lives.
Oh my God. And this episode will not be coming out until all has been revealed
Oh.
on your channel. So it's safe to say this. I did recently come and do an episode of the OG Crew.
She sure
So
did.
much fun. And it was so lovely because, I mean, I'll be honest, I think it's intimidating walking into a group of friends doing a project at any point, right?
Oh, yeah.
So naturally, definitely found it all overall intimidating doing the last show together. But I don't know, it's just like it's been some time, you know, we've chatted a little bit, but regardless, came to do the OG Crew and I was just like, man, Abby's so lovely. And we have so much in common.
So much in common.
It's crazy.
Literally, we were standing out back in the green room on that shoot, and it was like within 10 minutes, we had covered a wide range and just been like, yep, nope, feel you on that. Yep, covered that. Like, crazy how much we have in common.
It's awesome.
But yeah, it was amazing getting on the OGs. And also, yeah, I completely respect how intimidating walking
yeah.
into anything like that
yeah.
is. It was good because obviously we all did know each other like this time around, so it was a lot easier. But it would still be intimidating for anyone.
Of course.
And so I think you were fantastic, handled it like a pro, but also you were just like great energy.
Oh,
so fun.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, you were great.
You're so sweet.
You're so
You're
sweet.
great.
Oh,
One thing you did say that day that I found really funny, you were like, I think people think that I have black cat energy, but you've got a black lab, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I feel like people think I have black lab energy.
Yes.
But I had a black cat. I have a ginger one now, obviously. Got rid of the other.
Got rid of it. You're like, dyed my hair. Time for a new cat.
It's so sad because he's dead. But I did have a black cat. And I think that's really cute and funny because, I mean, even just looking at our outfits right now, right? Like 100% black cat energy. I mean, golden retriever over here.
Yeah, and it is funny because it's like I've always wanted a golden retriever.
Oh my God, right.
Like that is my dream dog. And then I stumbled onto this stupid dog that I love more than life itself. When I say stupid, I mean literally dumb.
Like dumb, yeah.
Like he is
yeah.
a himbo.
Yeah.
That
I
dog
get that.
has walked into so many doors
Oh my God.
and walls.
Oh.
And just, I'm shocked he still has a brain left.
Yeah.
Not much of one.
Yeah.
But he's just so fucking stupid.
Oh my God.
Like, so stupid. But I have him now, so, you know, stuck with him. But,
Cute.
yeah, I do love him very much. But yeah, it is funny because people often say that I have black cat energy, which is, I just don't see it.
Yeah,
apart
right.
from the current attire. I a lot of colours, thank you.
Yeah.
I just... leave me alone. I was talking to the audience, not to you.
I do think that I think black cat energy is a massive compliment because I think just cat energy overall, a lot of people are conflating that with someone who isn't giving it up so easily, you know? Someone who
Which is
might
funny
say...
because apparently I give it up super easily. So...
It's unfounded.
Yeah, I had to literally stop myself from wearing... I bought earrings on the weekend that say slut on them. And I was going to wear them and I was like, that's going to get demonetized. Let's not do that.
Well, it's annoying because, you know, there was a period of time where we were really taking it back. And then people just try to weaponize it. And it's like, well, no, let us have it.
Yeah.
Still, I'm very proudly
Oh, yeah.
big old hussy.
She says in a loving monogamous relationship.
Reformed hussy.
There it is, yeah. And you know what? That's a big step.
Yeah.
Being reformed.
I mean, I'm a slut from a man.
Were you okay with saying that?
No.
You regretted
No.
it halfway through, but you just had to follow
I
through.
regretted it a third of the way through.
Yeah, look, I know a lot like you. I know a lot of reformed ones.
Yeah.
And
It happens.
it does. I respect it. Couldn't be me. And I'm really not that much of a slut. It's more just the being in a relationship.
Oh, it's so fair. So fair. No, it was never, ever a goal of mine at any point in my life. I was never growing up wanting to get married, don't want kids, any of that. It was to a point where I had like a rule before my boyfriend and I got together where I was only sleeping with people who didn't live in the same state as me. So like, because comedians travel a lot. There are a lot of out-of-towners going through town and going through me. I don't want this out there. Whatever. I had a rule, right?
You can control the edit.
I know. You'd think so. But he just, I mean, my God, he's a really nice guy. I love him. Yeah, he's a really good dude. And like, you know, gets it done. So
Gets it done. It's a wild way to phrase it.
sometimes it's worth it. And I think that's the biggest compliment. I'm always telling him, I'm like, baby, I gave it all up for you.
And how does he receive that?
So much better than he should.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably got a little bit of, you know, something wrong with him considering. But
Just because he's like dating? What are we saying? Yeah. Gotcha. I mean,
yeah,
I
because
feel
he's
like-
patient with me.
Yeah, okay. Something wrong with you to be patient is like a wild... I mean, I get you.
Yeah.
I do get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
You get it.
Trust me. Out of towners is such a funny way of saying it. Like, you're like, I'm only going to sleep with men or like people that are traveling through the states that I can't get locked in. Like, that's so funny.
It was a pretty smart move. And technically he was not living in Brisbane because I was in Brisbane at the time. And he had just come to Brisbane from Sydney. He's from Queensland, but he was in town and then COVID shut everything down. So he stayed there. So he was a safe bet, but then he was there for 6 months. And then I'm like, come to my sister's wedding with me as my date, you know?
Oh, no. Oh, not the wedding date. Yeah, it was all over.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, whatever.
It's working for you.
It's working. It's good. It's good.
Me to any of my friends who are in like monogamous happy, I can't even say the word. I'm like, happy relationships. I'm always like, yay.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on the sidelines being like, I'm going to go have fun with no repercussions or any.
Oh, totally.
Like.
Totally. Oh, how old are you now?
27.
Yeah, okay. Have you started to get
I was
what?
going to be like 22.
Yes.
Stop it.
The skin is skinning.
It's the first time I've worn a full face of foundation since I was 17.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't wear foundation. I had to go and buy some, not specifically for this.
I was going to say.
It was a little bit for this because I'm like, I have had the first breakout I've ever had. Proper breakout. Which is like, it sounds so bad, but it's also like, I'm kind of lucky.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 27.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah, although I did feel like my skin got worse around 27, 28.
Yeah, my other
for
best
the
friend
first
said
time.
that, and I'm not loving this.
No, it's apparently there's like a second puberty that we go through. I don't know.
Awesome, because the first one went so fucking well
yeah,
for me.
it was awesome. I was like, let's do that again. I love that.
I don't want to go through that again.
Have you started getting people tell you oh, no, just you wait till you meet the right person. Or just you wait till you get a little older. Anything like that when
Chloe,
it comes to...
I've been hearing that since I was 24.
It's exhausting, hey?
And everyone's like, oh, you just, you know, you haven't had the relationship. I'm like, I've had long-term relationships.
Yeah.
From 18 to 24.
Yeah.
I had long-term relationships. It's not like I'm sitting here being like, I've never been in love and therefore I don't believe in. Like, I've been in love. I've been in long-term relationships. I have had not good ones. And I've had a really healthy relationship that I'm still in contact with her and, like, we're still friends. She lives on the other side of the world, but we are still friends. Yeah. And so it's like, it's not me sitting here being like, oh, I don't know what a relationship's like.
Like, love isn't real.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not that cynical.
Yeah.
I'm just someone who recognizes enough in myself to be like, I am not that person. I am not someone who wants a relationship. I never feel like I am myself when I'm with them, and it's not the other person. It's me. It's me being like, this is actually not a space that I thrive in.
Totally.
And that's okay.
It's a wonderful thing to know.
Yeah. Instead
of trying to do it just because everyone says that you should, and then, like, I don't know, fucking around with your own life, with other people's. Like, no, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
People just cannot handle a woman being independent.
Oh, yeah. What? That's crazy. I've never heard that from anyone before.
No, I think it's a really good thing to know about yourself. And also, when you have, like, massive dreams and goals, it's awesome to be able to stick to those priorities.
Yeah.
As much as I love my life and am so grateful, happy to be in, like, the team that I am, it was an adjustment. And there are still things that come up all the time where I'm like, you know, my boyfriend likes to be private. And I'm like, but I want to be a superstar. You know that, right? You've known that from the day dot, right?
Yeah.
And he's like,
I want to be famous. And that...
that doesn't what?
No.
And he's like, no, it's okay. We'll be like Dolly Parton and her husband. And I'm like, that's a great example.
It's also the only example that anyone has.
But a great one.
It is a great one. Another good example, John Oliver and his wife.
Oh, true. Don't even know her name.
No, she was an army vet.
Oh, wow.
I know. Found that out the other day. Also, banging.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if I want that on the internet because I am obsessed with that man. Just like him as a, you know, I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Just him as a human being, I think he's like one of the most incredible people.
But wait, she's banging or he's banging?
She's banging.
Okay.
So I'm like, right. I don't love that I said that about his wife. That's
fine. That's normal.
Sexualizing.
Okay. Look, we can get rid of it.
No, it's fine. But she is also just like incredible. But yeah, no one, like literally no one knows anything about her.
It can happen.
Yeah. There's a few, but few and far between.
Whatever.
But again, if that's something like he's conscious of, that like that's your dream.
Yeah.
Then
it's fine.
Yeah.
Still, you impress me.
Oh, stop it.
I love it.
I love that other people are like, oh yeah, like, you know, like you're saying, like you don't have to worry about like a partner or whatever. And I'm like, you know, I just sit at home looking at my dog being like, God damn it, I want to travel and you're here.
Oh,
like,
totally. It's like, why even bother being single if also you have a dog? Oh
literally.
My God, it's so much work.
It's so much. I will be like, oh, I want to go to Europe at the end of this year. And I'm like, yeah, like I could leave him with my dad. But I'm like, also the last time I left him with my dad, I got a call from one of my mates being like, oh, your dad's just called me to come and watch the dog because he's going to New Zealand for a week. And I was like, oh,
God.
Cool, no worries. Like, I'm in Europe. I can't do anything.
Hit me up next time. We'll see what I'm doing, okay?
Absolutely.
I mean, I love a little pat and a pup.
Oh, and he will want the pats at all times.
Yeah. Not to get too much into dating, because obviously this is a friendship show, but I want to ask you, because I feel like we're pretty similar in this way. Growing up as a queer girly, did you also accidentally sometimes like fall in love with all your friends?
No, Chloe, I actually don't. I have no concept of what you could possibly be referencing.
No idea.
Yes.
It sucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it happened a lot.
Yeah.
And like I didn't come out until I was 18, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Also, because I didn't just like come out being like, I think I might be. I was like, hey, folks, I'm currently on the other side of the world. I have a new girl that I'm seeing. And also, oh, by the way, I'm queer.
Yeah.
Like it was not just like, oh, yeah, I might be bi.
Oh, awesome.
It was just, it was a real like 1-2 punch. So yeah, but like, I don't know. I have from like child, like way too young. I'm like, oh, huh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to process that? No.
No. Interesting. So do you think that coming out later made it more complicated in those friendships?
Yeah. I think, I don't know, actually. It's kind of weird because I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, oh, would it have been easier if like if I'd come out at like 14, 15 and then like develop these friendships with that knowledge, maybe I would have been like, oh, they're not interested, so I can just kind of like move on.
Yes.
Like how you are now when you're like, oh, you like make friends and you're like, oh, there's whereas, but I also feel like that ties into puberty as well, and like being an adolescent where you're like every friendship, you're like,
that's so true. Okay, that's a great point, because it's like, I don't know, everything kind of hurts more like when a friend is doing something that you wouldn't want a partner, someone that you're romantically interested in, to do, and you get like all of these weird reactions as if they are your boyfriend or girlfriend. It's like, oh, what the hell? But that is pretty much across the board.
Yeah. I think the queerness of it, I was like with a hard Q. I was like the queerness. But like adding that in, I do think like makes it so much more like dramatic, especially if you don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's like I look back and I go, hey, Abby, if you want to come out, I have some news for you. And it's that you shouldn't be crying in your bedroom because your best friend is like happens to be talking to your other best friend, and you're like, but what about me? Like that's not normal, actually. It's not. You shouldn't be writing 20-page letters handwritten to your best friend at 14 because they went on a trip for 2 weeks with their family.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so real. Well, hey, look, actually,
I'm assuming you also have experiences with this.
Yeah, of course. But I did know and tell people that I was bi before some of the worst of it, and it still sucked, and I still was upset that my best friend, heavy air quotations, was
like actual obsession, but
yeah,
you was like, it was my best friend. What do you mean?
Yeah, it was still very silly and dramatic. So maybe knowing and putting words to it doesn't even help.
Yeah. Like that's something for therapy.
No, I haven't been there in years.
Oh, yeah,
don't know her. I actually should go back. I found a screenshot in my photo album the other day. I was feeling nostalgic.
I know. It's a bad sign.
I know. My boyfriend was away for a weekend, so I was just like, wow, remember life, wow. And I found a screenshot of a message I had sent a stranger who was asking for advice because they were like really shy or insecure. And I sent back all of these really helpful tips for insecurity. And I mean, hilarious, because I was saying he was like upset about his weight, and I was saying something about how, it doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Skinniest I've ever been when I was writing this. But still, the message was like wildly profound and much smarter than me now.
Feel free to flick that over.
Right.
I could always use some tips and tricks on insecurities.
Oh, I got to get back into therapy. That shit was working.
Yeah. Don't you hate that? You're like,
so
God damn it. It was actually working.
It was doing really good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they do that.
Are you in therapy at the moment?
No.
Yeah.
I also need to go back though.
I think it could be good because I don't know if you've realised, but you've had quite an interesting last couple of years.
What? I don't know what you could possibly mean. My life is so...
That's exactly the same.
Normal. Like everything is just so stable, and like it's just actually just... My life has never been this normal in my life. Like, genuinely, I'm like, oh my God, this is just how life is, right? You do just constantly have tumultuous situations everywhere you turn.
Deceived by, like, so many more people than it was ever even humanly possible for so long, Yeah,
I will never forget when one of my best mates went, it was like when I first started to get hate comments, shocker. And I was, it was starting to affect me a little. A little, really toned that down. And she was like, hey, do you think it's possible that maybe we as human beings weren't meant to know what everyone in the world was thinking about us at all times? And I was like, no, it couldn't possibly be that. It's that I need to change every element about myself. What do you mean?
Oh my God. Oh, it's so sad. But I get it. It's horrible. Yeah.
We haven't moved past that.
Yeah.
I say that absolutely no conviction. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm doing fine now.
I'm so great. So anyway, therapy. Yeah.
I think that it should be like mandatory, maybe even a government handout once people have a certain... I've said this on an episode recently. Once you get a certain amount of views or followers or both, you should get a security guard issued by the government and free therapy.
I do agree. I think that people also think that like, oh, when you have this amount of followers, you're making this much, which is the case in other countries. But people forget that Australians don't have the Creator Fund on TikTok.
No, we don't.
And we have basically no means of income from any social media unless you have like, I have a subscription on Instagram.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Because that is like my source of income.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's genius.
Yeah, but it's the only, like, there's no other way. Like, you can't get it from TikTok. You can't get it from anything else.
Nope.
And like, because we're Australian as well, a lot of brands are like not as global as you might think.
Of course.
And so it's like we don't have that element as well. And it's like, so when we're saying like, if you have a certain amount of followers, you should get like therapy. It's only because we are not earning
Exactly.
what people
Exactly.
overseas. It's like if you're an American or a British influencer and you have the same amount of followers, it's like, cool.
Yeah.
You could probably afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like currently we don't have that.
No, totally. And like I'm you know, putting up where my gigs are every other night, and like will be recognized by people, and I do not have the funds to afford someone to protect me from some of the scarier people. Most people are awesome, obviously, but some people are scary, and it would be nice. Whatever.
No, I do agree. I think there is like there is something to that where it's like people. I think it's also, I'm saying all of this with absolutely no prior knowledge or any research done. But I do think that's what you do on podcasts. You just jump on. It's like, hey, it's worked for men for years. Why can't we do it? Wow. I really am steering into this misandry bite. All right. We're here now.
We're being silly.
It's not like my audience is all men.
No, take a joke.
But I can't. But yeah, I do think there's something to be said that as internet personalities versus like actors or musicians or whatever, it's like they view them as a different like being.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot less like, you know, going up to an actor or whatever and just like, oh, like I know you.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't. I think actors especially because they obviously they're playing characters.
Yes.
Whereas it's like when you're an internet personality, people do feel a little bit more like, oh, I know you.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I get that because there are internet personalities that I follow that I'm like,
of course.
I know them. I definitely could like hang out with them and I'm like, I don't fucking know them.
Yeah.
It's parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
But I think it adds to it when you're like just out in the world and people just like, especially like doing, I couldn't even imagine like doing comedy gigs and you're like, you know, testing new material or like you're talking about stuff on stage and then people come up to you after and then they're just like, oh yeah, like it was really funny when you, and they have that like relationship that they see with you. And I do respect it because, like I said, I have that with a lot of people.
Oh,
online
absolutely.
as well.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But it does just add to that whole, like, maybe people that would second guess going up to, like, an actor wouldn't do the same.
Yeah. There's like a level of intimidation for sure.
And that's fair because we're not the same.
No, absolutely.
And I respect that as someone who wants to be an actor. Yeah, exactly. But right now, I'm like, I'm not the same at all. But it does, it does get a bit. And luckily, I haven't had any like hard experiences.
Yes, good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, here's a great thing. You know, the OG crew is a overwhelmingly wholesome and positive vibe, right? And I think that makes a very big difference. A lot of people who are putting out things that are more political and like, you know, just serious sort of stuff, I feel like that would be a lot harder getting attention and getting recognized and stuff. But coming from this point of comedy, fun, and friendship, it kind of helps, I think.
Yeah, I actually hadn't thought about it like that. But that's a really good point is like, because there's nothing like, don't get me wrong, I know there's haters. I see them everywhere.
But I mean, you hear about it because you can't.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, I've actually, what's the internet? But like, in saying that, you're absolutely right. I think the idea that because we're not out there trying to polarize any groups.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas it's like, no matter where you sit on the political spectrum or like anything like that, having a strong opinion one way is going to create a very like dark side on the other hand, where it's like people are going to be a lot more angry. Whereas it's like, when it's done for comedy, when it's not super serious, people don't have that rage as much which is good. I couldn't imagine how much, like I could imagine, but like I know some political creators and I know how much they struggle like in the world because they do have those just like hard haters that are like will say like, whereas mine, I feel like a lot of the comments and stuff, those people wouldn't actually say that to your face.
No, I don't think so.
No.
And look, I think that it is easy to politicize anyone, especially I think just by being a woman. There is politics in that, unfortunately. A queer woman, an extra level. But it's really cool. I don't know, there's a big need for non-political content.
Absolutely, yeah.
At the moment,
100%.
especially.
Fuck, you're not wrong. But like, no, I do think that's something that's like, it is something that's missing. Or not missing, but like because there's people out there doing it. I think like one thing that I look at is like the Sidemen or like Beta Squatters. Like they obviously do have their opinions within themselves, but like people just go to their content because it's just like fun loving and it's just a wholesome group.
Yeah.
And it's with a lot of those kind of groups, people just come back to them because they're like, you know what, I have my political opinions, but sometimes I do just want to not.
Yes,
for
exactly.
Because the world is scary.
Really nice.
No matter what your opinions are.
Yeah.
The world is scary.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of information all the time.
It's so much. It's really bad for our brains.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the OG crew again, just briefly. It is incredible to me. Kind of this lightning in a bottle kind of thing that you guys have amassed such a huge audience, pretty much entirely based off the chemistry of a group of friends.
Yeah.
First of all, like, do you feel proud? What kind of feeling does that fill you with? Because it's very cool.
It is very cool. And funnily enough, my weekend away, I was like, I literally came back and I sent the group chat like this message, and it was so funny because like I had no reception for 3 days, and then I came back and I was like, I'll catch up on all the messages I've missed, but I just wanted to say like I'm super grateful for you guys. I love you all. Like we're so lucky. I think sometimes we get like, you know, lost in how much work we have to do and like all of that and the stress of shooting and all of that, which is super fair.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that like, we're so lucky with what we have. You know, people literally spend their entire lives dreaming of something like this.
Yeah.
And I just want to say I'm so grateful to have it and to be doing it with you guys because, you know, we could be doing it with people we don't like.
Yes,
there
of
are
course.
a lot of people out there that have to work and pretend to have chemistry and friendship with people.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're so lucky we don't have to. Because that would suck.
Yeah, it'd be awful.
Yeah, it's like having an office job where you have to like make small talk, but at times a million because people are watching.
Yeah, that would not be fun. But I thought they wouldn't be watching, I don't think it would get to this level. You know, there are people that do work with people they don't like. I think it's a lot more in traditional media.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
You know, whereas this sort of, the new media stuff, it's so based on authenticity. And I think people could just actually smell the chemistry so easily. If it wasn't there, I don't know if they would have come.
Yeah, I think that was like one thing we were really like riding on was people knowing that like, or like seeing it, especially with like the trailer that we dropped.
Yeah.
Was like seeing that chemistry had not gone anywhere.
Yeah.
And I think that like hopefully, I mean it's been well received.
Yeah.
So like that's good.
Yes.
Clearly the chemistry is still there. And I think that people like I think we've said this, maybe not on the podcast, but we've definitely spoken about like people just want friendship. Like not to tie back to the podcast, but people do just like I that's
They
why
really do.
I love the idea of like what your podcast is because I'm like, bro, friendship is something that is just kind of like an expectation in the world, but we never actually talk about how hard it is to get a good friendship, maintain a good friendship, like grieve the loss of one knowing that it was probably necessary, grieve loss of ones that weren't expected. Like there's so much in it. It's just like not something that we as society talk about.
No.
It's just like, yeah, you have friends. And I'm like, okay, but like how? That's what I want to know.
That's exactly it. I mean, my move is, you know, start a podcast and make people come on, and then immediately next week you're getting coffees, you know, and
it's working. So like,
it is working.
I'm really impressed.
So I recommend it to all of the listeners.
No, you won't keep this in. I was going to ask something. I want to. It's like, has there been any guess? Any guess? Why do I keep leaning in? I'm just going to blow the sound. Should I say blow the mic? No. Abby, stop. I've been up since 6 shooting.
Oh my God.
And I went to sleep at like 10 and then woke up at 1 fully wide awake. And I was starving. I had a dream about souvlaki. I will get back to the point.
Yum.
But I had a dream about souvlaki. And then at the end they were like, oh, sorry, we don't have the pita breads. And then I woke up furious and hungry.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
It was so sad.
I hope you get souvlaki
I
later.
really do. And then I snacked and then couldn't get back to sleep.
Yeah.
So then I had 3 hours sleep and then I've been shooting. So I'm all over the shop.
shit.
Anyway, not the point. What was the point?
You're going to ask me a question that you think I might cut. Yeah.
has there been anyone that you've had, you probably can't say, had on the podcast that you've been like, not to say they're not about, like, they're a bad person, but just being like, I don't see this going any further. Like, this is this. Like, the vibes just weren't there. And that's okay. We don't match with everyone.
You know, incredible actor, stuntman and director Nash Edgerton just doesn't want to go get coffee with me every week.
What?
I'm kidding. No.
That's crazy. Does he not know who you are?
I know. No.
I saw the clip of you being like, would you cast me in your...
I just thought I'd shoot my shot.
No,
okay?
I would have asked the exact same thing.
Right?
I respected it so hard. I was like, you know what? Props.
Thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of friends have been messaging about that one. They're just like, how? What? Why? Which? And then you said this? Oh.
They're like, you had him in your podcast studio, and that's what and you're like, yeah, absolutely.
No, he's super, super lovely. And I'm sure he would get a coffee.
You just get to ask, and I feel that so hard. You're like, I don't want to bother him.
No, I feel like I don't think there's anyone that comes to mind except for maybe, Alan Fang. So...
You know what? I'm so glad you brought this up. No.
I'm kidding.
I can't even joke about that because I know people will be like, Abby hates Alan. I'm like, I love that man so much.
Oh, I feel ya. I mean, we're a great example as well. They're just, they'll take a story, they'll run with it. We're basically Taylor Swift.
And I've been saying that. I keep saying we're basically Taylor Swift, and everyone's like, "No, Abby, you're crazy." And I'm like, "Am I?"
No. You're
because
fine.
there's
You're
5
right.
people on Reddit that keep making up rumors, and I just think that's Taylor Swift vibes.
Exactly, I agree. No, I can't. There's no one that jumps to mind. It's not like I actually have been hitting everyone up for hangs after doing the podcast or anything, but I do genuinely feel like there are people I've had on that we've gotten closer. And so I am actually just like feeling the friendship spots quite well. And so, and maybe also, God, it's possible I may have also grown a little. And maybe I'm a little bit less needy of a friend.
Sorry, that was not laughing at you. That was my own stuff.
You're like, yeah, sure.
That's me being like, I get that. I get that so hard.
Growing.
Yeah.
Okay, how?
And just to reiterate, how did you do that exactly? Not that I am at all like that.
No, not at all. No.
I know that I have a friend watching, and she's literally probably in there being like, I literally have to text her when I don't respond for like two hours. She has to text me to remind me that she doesn't hate me and that she's just busy.
Wow. Well, that's really sweet that she does that for you.
Yeah, it is. She's amazing.
It's really, really sweet. I get it. It sucks. It sucks having like any insecurities, and it happens from, all sorts of abandonment issues, and people don't love it.
Which is like, we get it. You had a healthy childhood. But like, some of us were hated by everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time.
Exactly. So if you end a sentence with a full stop, like, I'm going to cry.
Yeah. Or if I see that you're active on another social media site.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Me knowing full well that I do that.
Oh, yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, I won't really answer messages after like 6 p.m. usually. I like to chill. It's
your business hours.
I mean, kind of. It's insane.
For socialization.
I think it's just because I get high at that point.
Oh, fair.
And so at this point, I'm just like, no. I don't know. I want to be present in my household with my baby cat.
No, I get that.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But if someone did it to me, then it's
completely different.
World War III.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you guys at OG's friendship because of how much?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, it is the business model, right?
Yeah, weirdly enough, I feel like there probably is externally. Like there's definitely like, I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, you need to be friends for this business to succeed.
Yeah.
And like friendships ebb and flow. Mm-hmm. But I also weirdly enough feel like that's not a pressure that we have put on each other.
Yeah, good.
Like I feel like we just kind of go, oh yeah, like this is just us chilling.
Yeah.
And then it's like, also I think like all of us do have our own lives and like our own circles and like
Yeah.
our own friendships within the friend, like not like excluding anyone, but like
No,
we all
totally.
have independent friendships
Yeah.
together. So
Yeah.
it's like I will go for coffee with Alan, or
Yeah.
Sam and I will like hang out, or you know, Sam and Alan, like just including Alan, Killer and Hamo don't exist.
No.
But yeah, I think that also helps
Yes.
because it's like.
Yes.
I think that's something that I have struggled with a lot, which is like people are allowed to be in a friendship group and then all love each other,
Yeah.
but also have their own relationships that are still like no one's excluded.
Yeah.
It's just like you all have your own dynamics and that's okay, she says, fully knowing that I still struggle with that externally from the OGs. I'm sorry, literally like therapy. I'm just piecing it together being like, how am I fine with it in this context?
Do you think that maybe it's because there's this professionalism attached to it, like the fact that there is a part of it that's work?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think, and also because like we all have like different, I don't want to say interests, but like the boys are comedians.
Yeah.
So it's like the boys will be talking about stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Or they'll be talking about the Sydney comedy scene. I probably know so much tea about all of the Sydney comics.
Yeah.
But I don't retain any of that
Yes,
information.
of course.
Because they're talking around us. And Sam and I literally now have like a shorthand look when they're talking about it, and we're just like,
Oh,
do we want to go? And then we'll just
God.
go and do something. Like,
I
and
cannot
it's not
think of anything worse.
Yeah, it's not because they're trying to exclude us. It's just that like that's their own.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
Sam and I will then talk about something else that like we have old friends that we share.
Mm-hmm.
So like we'll talk about that. But I think because of that, because I think also because we didn't start like, you know, with like, how do I words? You know, with like high school groups, it's like, oh, we all started this together. Like we all
Yes.
came. She says never having had a solid high school friendship group, but like I've seen it
too,
in
girl.
movies.
We can imagine.
Yeah. We've watched from afar, just through a glass window. Oh my god. But yeah, like you know that like those all start together, and so because of that, I feel like that exclusion feels more personal.
Totally.
Whereas like with this, it's like we all have wildly different things that we're interested in. So it's like Akila and I will talk about like books or like, you know, TV shows and stuff, because he and I will like watch the same TV shows. But then it's like, I don't know, it's pretty public knowledge now, Sam doesn't really watch TV shows. So it's like we don't talk about that because it's just like not. But then I'm just talking about basic interests now. I'm just like, we share basic. But yes, to very long-handedly answer your question, I think that is a pressure that is probably like looming, but we don't let it sit with us.
That's awesome.
Because it's dangerous.
Realistically, totally.
Like the minute you start to let that pressure feed in,
Yeah.
I think it'll read on screen, but also like it'll cause, like it would cause, surely like the sidemen I'm sure have had, like Beta Squad the same, like there's a lot of big YouTube groups that I think have probably had that, but you've never noticed it on screen. And that's because at the heart of it, they're like, this is not, yes, this is our jobs, but also like, this is about the friendship here.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want us to lose a friendship. So, and I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're so spot on that not being so completely intertwined in each other's lives, like as if you were on How I Met Your Mother or Friends or something, like that amount of closeness.
Bro, and like...
And then filming it would be insane.
Bro, and like I love Friends. Like Friends is my childhood. I have an unhealthy obsession with that show.
It's a great show.
It is.
Okay, I don't like it when people shit on it. I really enjoyed Friends. It's a good show.
Oh, girl,
Us
I'm
two
not...
with no friends watching Friends being like, this is the best show ever. Oh my God, look at them. They're all friends.
Don't at me right now, okay? It is too early in the day for this. I literally was like, ready to age me. And I don't know how old you are. Are you 27, 28?
30, baby.
You're 30? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What is the skincare routine here? If you say genetics, I'll smack you.
I don't know what that is.
Genetics.
Oh. Oh my God, why do I have to seem so dumb?
No, to be fair, I mumbled that as you were talking, so that's fair.
I thought it was a fancy brand of skincare.
You think I'm out here using fancy brands of skincare?
Well, you were saying if you say that, then I'll kill you.
No,
and
it's
so
so
I was
fair.
thinking maybe it's a really expensive one.
No,
But
that's
I
fair.
guess technically genetics is a pretty expensive skincare routine.
Yeah.
if you're gonna
Expensive
choose it.
is weird.
Well,
Wait,
I mean, I'm thinking...
how much did you cost to be born?
Having kids is expensive. Anyway, whatever.
So true. Also, I'm not going to shit on Friends. I literally went to the Friends exhibit in Sydney. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, and I was pointing out all the mistakes.
Oh my God.
That is what I was doing there. I was
That's
like, that
awesome.
actually is wrong. That wasn't from this scene. And my friend who took me, they were like, Abby, just enjoy it.
Just have fun.
They don't even watch Friends.
Oh.
They just bought it for my birthday. And they were like,
Jeez.
at one point, they were like, is it fun for you to point out all of these things? And I was like, yes. And they're like, okay, go for your life. And I was like, thank you.
It's your birthday.
Literally, it was great.
Wow.
So no, I'm not going to shit on Friends. I will point out that they didn't have a person of color until the 9th season.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
But yeah, great show.
Great show. Other than that,
Yeah.
great show to be a white girl.
A white, like, skinny, and not just like normal skinny. We're talking like
No.
90s skinny.
Tiny skinny.
Yeah, crazy.
Which I guess maybe one day they'll say like 2020s skinny, because boy, oh, is it coming back.
If I see one more bitch in low-rise jeans, Chloe,
I know.
no,
I know.
we are not doing that again. I struggled
wanna.
enough.
I know. I know. Look,
can't do it.
I did a comedy show last year, my first hour, and it was all about disordered eating, and I thought that would fix the world, but I guess that not enough people were listening.
Yeah, well, that is the problem when you're hot. People struggle to listen somehow. And you know what? I really wish they would. Just sometimes we say interesting things.
What was that?
I respect it. And also that you're
Just
calling me
kidding
hot.
around. Yeah, baby. Yeah,
me just
baby.
moving straight past being ignored a minute. Oh my God, so you think I'm pretty?
Okay, we've got some sleepover games now.
Okay,
To
let's
finish
go.
things up.
I have like an eyelash in my eye, so I'm just gonna sit here. Just
You want me to get it?
no, it's good.
my
Sure,
finger in.
sure. Put your finger in.
Nope. Okay.
All right. Well,
All right.
that's not the offer I thought you were going with. This
Oh,
you didn't even.
could see if
Clock
the
that.
eyelash can come out that way. Everything's connected, I guess.
Sorry, I just remembered something dumb one of my friends said once.
Oh, yeah? That's the best thing for a comedian to hear. Sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. I just remembered something someone else said one time. Oh, cool. Yeah, no. Fuck me.
I think you are hilarious. I need that known. But my friend did say, I said to him, he's a gay man, and I said, when does anal like end? Like where surely there's like a resistance point was
Like
not
a
the
cervix,
wording.
like what the cervix
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
And he went, your mouth. And I went,
That's so funny.
yeah. He was very drunk.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was very funny.
Wow. What a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, would you rather?
Yeah. Okay. Diving straight in.
Okay, diving straight in. Oh, okay. Actually, before I get into this, would you rather, I need to ask you something that has been. I'm not across all the law. I apologize. I haven't seen every single episode of everything you've been in, so I don't know, and I really want to know who the fuck is Different Abby.
Oh my God, Chloe.
Who's different? What? Tell me.
First of all, pretty fucking sure you were there on that shoot.
Oh well, I was. I'm not very observant.
Yeah, no, fair. Different Abby is seriously gonna fucking haunt me till the day I die.
Yeah.
Like, no joke.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say celebrities, but like I've had social media personalities
Yeah.
from the States and from the UK
Yeah.
slide into my DMs to be like, hey, Different Abby. And I'm like, okay.
What?
All right. So it is basically from a dad joke where Matt and I were on the same team versus Alan and Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt said, what's the difference between 3 cocks and a joke? No, that's not it. Yeah, no, it is it. Fuck, no, I nailed it. I just don't have any trust in myself. Yeah, what's the difference between 3 cocks and a joke?
Yeah.
Abby can't take a joke. And I'm like, I'm on your team.
Oh my God.
And he goes, oh no, Different Abby. And that clip
okay.
has like 40 million views. or something
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it is almost 2 years old. Mm-hmm. I've had other viral clips.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's so crazy because it's also like, I've heard some wild stories about that. Like, people have been like, oh yeah, I was on like video games. I was like on a, like playing live.
Yeah.
And I heard someone make a Different Abby joke to their friend.
Oh my God.
And I was like, that's crazy.
Jesus.
Or like people will literally tag me on like TikTok and
Yeah.
stuff being like, this must be the Different Abby. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
some other creator.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like,
Like
and then,
also named Abby or?
no, they just like, it's, It's so weird, Chloe, that like it's
God.
got that much traction.
Yeah.
2 years later. 'Cause
That's
I'm like,
insane.
what am I gonna do with that? Like my manager was like, we can like if I were to get a podcast, because I'm like considering doing a podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I don't know. I think you make it look easy, but it is very hard, and I know how much work you are putting
lot
in
of work.
behind the scenes.
It's a lot of work.
But like you are so good at just like not showing that.
Thank you.
And I think that's a skill.
Thank you.
That I don't know that I have. But my manager's like, we could play around with like different Abby for like a podcast title.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Yeah.
Then you really not
And I'm like,
gonna-
but then I'm locked in. But then I'm also
Exactly.
like, Hawk Tour Girl did it.
Yeah.
I mean,
totally.
not the end bit. Do you know what she did at the end?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the crypto scam.
Yeah,
Not good.
and then, like-
yeah, I was backing her up until that as well.
Oh yeah, I was I was
annoying.
all for it. I was
I
like,
know.
you get that bag.
I still like to think that maybe she was just being a little bit ditzy.
Yeah, I just
don't
want,
know.
I want to believe that because I want to believe the best in people, but I also sit here and be like, but you're like at the level of like success she was at, she surely had like at least a manager,
Yeah.
and it's like someone
Someone could have.
that goes through people.
Yes.
like
yes, absolutely.
it's like if
I know.
not even a little flagged, like
Yeah.
just a little concerned. This eyelash, bro. She
Okay.
won't leave me.
Well, now I know about different Abby.
Yes.
I want to ask you.
Oh God.
Would you rather fans never mentioned different Abby again, or never mentioned anything about your body, specifically the part of your body that is at the top?
My rack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would I rather never hear different Abby again or never? Oh God, I'm gonna regret this answer. This is a lose-lose for me. I would rather never hear about different Abby again
Yeah. Okay.
because, like, I don't love that everything is about my rack. I want to make that super clear.
Yes.
I don't love that a lot of people don't know I have a face.
Yeah.
Or that I have like a septum ring because they've just never looked up that far.
Yeah.
But I also am like, some of the messages, not a great time for my dressing gown to drop down. But also, it's fine. I'm not
The
hiding
universe
them.
is flirting with you.
They're like, we know you want people to talk about your acts, so we'll just help that out.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not sitting here being like, compliment my rack more. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
But I
Absolutely
am
not.
also conscious that like, I feel like they're getting slightly better.
Yeah.
For starters,
Yeah. Good.
except for someone who said that I, what was it? Oh, you have the body of a 1920s pinup girl, which is like fine.
Yeah, okay.
Or that you have a mummy body. And I went, you know what? That felt like an insult.
Yeah,
anyway,
we usually don't love that one.
No.
That's not a...
that's great. But yeah, that being said, I also feel like if it wasn't my rack, it'd be something else.
Yeah.
So it's like, at least I know what to expect.
That's true.
Like,
That's really
when
true.
I post a photo
Yeah.
and I happen to be wearing a normal cut shirt, I just have a rack. For the love of God.
Is she showing off her boobs or does she just have boobs?
Literally.
That's the thing.
Literally. Someone asked me, this is so off topic, but not really. Someone once asked me, like, the first video I was in for, like, the first time I ever, was on the internet.
Yeah.
And then the second one I was in, which was, like, I think, like, a month later.
Yeah.
Someone asked me if I got a boob job in between that.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, no, bud. Just a different type of shirt.
Different top, different part of your cycle, all sorts of things. Can
Yeah.
make different bra. Like, yeah, it's people. It's like the thing where they look at a side part turning into a middle part, and they're like, "How did she change where her hair grows from?" It's like,
Bro.
go to school.
Literally.
Oh my God. Please.
It's just it's so infuriating also because, like, I know any woman who has been perceived by men gets it, especially on the internet or, like, in any kind of level of that. But it's like, it's because I have theories, but one of them is that, like, for a very long time, the norm on, like, in Hollywood and stuff was skinnier women, which meant they're, like, realistically would have smaller boobs.
Yeah.
And therefore it's like when they would have them in tops, it was like very pushed up,
Yes.
or it was like,
Yes.
oh, they weren't wearing a bra, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it was like not in your face, but
Yeah.
it was just there. The minute that boobs are no longer just existing and are somewhat of an attention grab, everyone's like, how dare you do this? You're a slut, you're a whore. And you're like, or I just have boobs
Yeah.
that are just slightly above average size.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Anyway, but
Yeah.
nevertheless, I'd rather never hear fucking different Abby again. Ever in my life, Chloe.
That is powerful.
Ever in my fucking life.
God damn it. Wow.
Oh,
okay,
swear to
good
God.
call.
I'm going to regret that if I do
think
end up having a podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that's your choice, I feel like you shouldn't be naming the podcast after it.
Probably not.
All right. I think we've only got time for like one more game.
I'm so sorry. I've really rambled.
No,
through this.
that's okay. We'll do a quick 2 games, but one quick fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
I mean, it's got to be said. It's got to be done. Hamo, Akila, and Alan.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm sure you guys would have covered it, but just for my knowledge. No? I don't know.
Yeah, we all sit around talking about it all the time.
Who do you guys want to kiss?
Well, I've already kissed a killer.
Okay.
That is on camera, just to clarify. That wasn't just like a private thing. Oh God, I'm going to lose no matter what I say. I think I'm literally going to be in trouble no matter what I say. I think I would... Oh my God, this is so mean. I would marry Alan because it would never be boring. I would fuck a killer.
Nice.
And I would kill Hamo just because I'm taking less years away from someone because he is older.
Oh, wow.
I really went logistically. I was like, I'm not going to get in trouble for this.
And, he's in a relationship, so it would be
That is a
inappropriate
healthy...
to do...
Let's cut it. And I would kill Hamo because he's in a relationship and that's the reason. And I really love and respect Nikki.
Great.
That's what I actually said.
Great choices. Okay, last game.
Okay.
It's truth or dare.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Oh, fuck.
Also, keep in mind, like, I've seen your truth or drink. My truth or dares are nowhere near.
Oh,
as
yeah.
intense.
I've got to show you some stuff later.
Oh, my God.
I am going to go truth.
Truth. Okay.
And the rule is, like, if you
don't like it, you can
have to
listen
do
to
the-
the. Sorry, you can.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah. You can always change it. But it's pretty tame.
Okay.
Do you love me? No, I'm kidding.
Imagine I was like, can I have the dare?
Oh, do you have Fireball somewhere? Because I'll.
Just whip it out of my bag. I'm like, I always come prepared. Oh my God. Yes, I love you, Chloe,
no.
by the way. I just want to
Oh,
slip
wow.
that in there.
Can we turn the cameras off?
I would love that. The
Actually,
audience
keep
would
it
hate
rolling.
that.
Yeah, they'll be upset. They'll be so
They'd
sad.
be like, no, keep it rolling. We walk out millionaires.
Oh, wow. We could be so rich.
Stop it. It's so tempting every day of my fucking life.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Truth.
Yes.
What's a comment that you've read or had read to you, allegedly, that you cannot forget?
Oh. I guess it's like a two-parter.
Mm-hmm.
So one is just people like, just a lot of people. It's kind of the same theme, but it's just like always. But it's that I just like don't fit in to the OGs.
Okay.
Because I am like opinionated and like, all of that. And also just like my energy doesn't fit in. Which is hard to like just move past.
Yeah.
Because it's not something the team is making me feel.
Yeah.
It's something that the audience, specifically people that just don't like me,
Yep.
are making me feel.
Yep.
And that sucks because I don't want to bring that because then I'm just feeding that. And also then the team suffers when they haven't done anything to make me believe that.
Of course.
So,
And as someone with like some history of insecurities in friendships, that's just going to be triggering as hell with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yuck. I hate that.
yeah. So that like overarching. And also just that I'm not funny.
Yeah.
Like that, which is fine in that sense. It's like I'm in a room full of comedians and Sam, who is also hilariously funny. It's like them thinking I'm not funny is also like, look at this setting. Like it's very funny
Yeah.
people. They're not I like to think they're not saying I'm not funny. They're just saying I'm not as funny. That's not what they're saying, but that's how I'm taking it.
Good.
But it is also hard because that was something that like was told to me a lot by friends.
Yeah.
Growing up. So it's like, you're not funny. And so it's like, okay, well, some people think I'm fucking hilarious. So yeah, that angers me a bit.
Of course. And look, I think that people should have to give their favorite comedians, like list them when they say someone's not funny. Because I've argued with people, which I don't do anymore, but I have argued with people. I know. I'm not allowed to. Because it comes out in other ways and then I smash a door, whatever. Anyway.
Oh, vibe. We'll talk about that later in therapy.
But I have argued, been like, and also I'm like the first person to shit on myself and be like, I'm still only 7 years into comedy. I've still got a lot to learn and get better. I'm always improving, blah, blah, blah. But if someone is really hell-bent on saying like, no, you're just not funny, you don't have it, whatever. And I go, who are your favorite comedians? And every single time, if they actually tell me, it's people I don't think are funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. It's like, we have different taste. Fucking mind blown.
I actually, so I love stand-up comedy, right? Like I love comedians, have for a very long time.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's rough. But like
sick people.
I know, but there's like some that I just think are a lot that I think are ridiculously talented. Daniel Sloss comes to mind as someone I genuinely tell people, everyone in the world, to watch his specials on Netflix, specifically Jigsaw. I think is just like, it genuinely shaped my mind.
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
It's incredible. And a lot of his, like anyway, but he's incredible. Taylor Tomlinson is also incredible.
Oh, so freaking
and
good.
she is, I think it was on Drew Afawalo's podcast, who's also incredible.
I love her.
But she was saying, she was like, I obviously like a lot of men will be like, oh, I don't find female comics funny, whatever.
Yes.
And she's like, but what's actually worse is when she's like, because I'm not trying to make everyone think I'm funny.
Yeah.
There's like everyone is going to have people that find them funny and don't find them funny. That's just the way the world works.
Yeah.
But she's like, what's worse than that? Like when men are just like, I don't find any women funny. And she's like, okay, cool. Is when someone will be like, you know what? Normally I don't like female comics, but you were actually funny. And she was like, no, that's so much worse.
Totally.
She's like, I don't want you to find me funny. And so
you're
I
like,
think,
what about me is catering to you?
Because I need to shift that.
Yes, I have had that. That is, and that's something that, especially when you're brand new in comedy, it's like it could easily tempt you. It could easily be like, come on over here, come on, make fun, like be one of the boys.
Yeah,
you gotta say no, devil,
literally,
not today.
Yeah, it's like the minute I start getting positive comments, and I'm like, oh, wow, should I be more like this? And I watch the video back, and I'm just quiet the whole time.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, no.
Oh my god!
I literally saw a comment recently that was on a video where I think I was a little bit quiet. I don't know. And someone just went, is Abby becoming likable?
Oh my
went,
god.
No.
Jesus.
God, I hope not. That's not my vibe, apparently. But yeah, I think comments in general, like I'm the first to be like, you can't just say don't read them.
Yes.
It's impossible.
It's very,
But it is learning to take them with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And that's getting easier.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
But also finding people in the same world.
Yes, I think it's really helpful so that you don't feel crazy.
You literally jumped out of your seat. You're like, yeah, we need each other because we do.
Honestly.
I think it's something that we all take for granted a little bit. We're like, oh yeah, they get it. But then it's like having those people in that space who do get it. It's like I have best friends who aren't in this space, and that's amazing.
Yeah, of course.
But there are elements of it where they go, I actually don't get that.
Yes.
And I couldn't possibly relate to that.
It's really, really important to have some people around that understand, that you can talk to and complain to about it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I hate sounding ungrateful.
Of course.
I never want to go on the internet and be like, I hate, like, everyone's so mean to me. This sucks. Like, I am so fucking grateful. For what I have.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to complain and know that other people get it without it being taken like she's just sounds like, you know,
no, of course. I get
TikTokers that's like, you think being an influencer is easy?
Hot girls cry too.
Yeah. Like, no. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a beautiful place to leave it. Yeah. Honestly, we've got to wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I really ranted and I tangented hard today. I'm so sorry.
It's been perfect. It's been wonderful. Great. And look, we've got more to talk about, so just come back on anytime.
Yeah. You don't want to open that up. I'm just sitting in here every week like, Chloe, I'm back.
Your new podcast is this podcast.
Like, you wanted a co-host, right?
Yes. Okay. Any listeners that somehow don't know who you are, let them know where they can find you and what you're up to.
how do you? No, I can't even. I
No,
can't even
yeah,
try and
tell
sell
them they're a
that.
piece of shit.
No. Find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Abby Boom Official because someone had Abby Boom and I couldn't get it.
Oh my God.
No. So I'm Abby Boom Official across the board.
And if Abby Boom is out there?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Hit me up, girlie.
What the
I
hell,
did
girl?
DM you and you didn't respond. And check out the OG crew on YouTube. Hopefully by now,
Definitely.
our video with Chloe is out. Go watch it. It was so funny.
It was so fun. It was, I mean, that
fun.
game, I feel like I was made for that game.
You really were. You know who
Yeah.
wasn't? Hamo. He was. not
Never
good.
met a more tone deaf man. My God. Whoa, my God.
But yeah, go check it out and maybe leave some comments saying, "Oh my God, Chloe's back." I swear to God, if you all say Ginger, I'm going to yell at you in the comments.
I'm going to chop my hair off.
She
I'm
has
gonna
a name.
shave it.
Well, I'm actually planning on going Ginger, so this will be fun.
Oh my God. We can swap.
Yeah, that'll go down. Anyway, but yeah, leave a comment saying you love Chloe on there and possibly she'll come back if we beg and plead. So yeah, check it out everywhere.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love you all so much. Bye.
Bye. That was so fun.
We just become best friends.